All right, everyone. Here we are with ticker symbol HYLN, Hyliion Holdings Corp. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back. And we're going to jump into this chart. But as we go into this chart, I want to say thank you to all the investors and viewers that answered the trivia questions yesterday. And I want you guys to stay tuned for the end of this video. I'm going to have another trivia question, and they're important cues for all you guys to pay close attention to, and I really appreciate it when you guys go ahead, take the time and answer down below. Thank you guys so much. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So Hyliion has been working its way back up, right? It hit those lows of 1810, super important number to keep in mind in the near term of the next coming weeks and months if the volatility goes in the other direction. And as I zoom out, we're starting to see some recovery here, right? This was in a very bearish run. It still has a long way to go, but in the near term right now, we're getting closer to one of the highest points reached previously before it started to fall again, and that was at 25.27, I believe, if we get it right to the T. 25.27. I'd tell you guys to write that down. According to the history here of the chart, that would be one of our next levels to break through and reach newer highs other than the resistance levels that we're currently seeing. So that's good to keep in mind for the next coming days and weeks as well. 25.27, and then the lowest point 18.10. Those are the two main numbers right now in the near future to keep in mind according to the direction that this takes. Now, our resistance level was not able to be broken through, which was 24.32. I'd keep that number in mind as well. But right now, we are seeing that even though it wasn't able to be broken through, the bears tried getting into bearish territory, but they brought this back up. Now, we've seen the bears try to bring this down, and I'm not sure if I stated this yesterday, and if I didn't, I apologize. But usually when you see the bears actually try hard to bring this down, and then the bulls try to bring it back up, most likely the bears are about to reappear, and they're going to try to reappear stronger. So they tried, but they weren't able to hold it down longer than an hour and a half, and that's how long they hold it down yesterday. So right now what they did though is get the stock price closer to the 50-day moving average, and they're going to try to actually tear this down again. So I would suggest to all investors to pay close attention to how this reacts as the support levels have changed and how our resistance levels have changed. Now, 24.32, very important number because it's one of the highest points before it started to fall, and then our support was broken through, but our support has changed. So this isn't as relevant right now, but this resistance level is, as this continues to work its way up, very important number, 24.32, for the next coming days and the rest of the week. Now, we're going to move this to its new location, and I want you guys to pay close attention to our support and our resistance levels as they've changed. Now, the lowest point reached in the whole entire bearish trajectory that has been tried twice in these last 2 days, because the rest was really bullish, was down here at 2170. This is a very important number in the near future. And then, as I stated, yesterday's resistance level up here, 24.32, is very important resistance level for the near future, and this is a very important support level for the near future, 2170 and 24.32. Those are the two numbers you want to keep in mind for the next coming days and the rest of the week. Now we're going to get this to the T here so that we can see what's important for tomorrow, and the 50-day moving average is 2308. Very important number. It lets us know on what side of the chart we're in. We're currently slightly in bullish territory, and if we're below it, we would be in bearish territory. The tug of war is going to be very interesting. We're going to see it. We're already seeing the effects of the tug of war, because when the bears would appear, you could see from November 2nd all the way to about I'd say till the end of the 6th. All the way till the 6th, the bulls were dominating any time that the bears appeared. From that point forward, from this week and the last 2 days, and how we're going to see this continue to unravel the next coming days, the bears and the bulls are actually pulling back and forth, and the bulls are trying to pull themselves back into bullish territory, and the bears just keep trying to tear them down. So we're going to have to pay close attention to these numbers. They're very important as we speak about them for tomorrow. The 50-day moving average, again, is 2308. Super important to keep in mind. For the bulls to maintain themselves in bullish territory, I want to emphasize this, and every investor is aware of this. They need to break through 2381. They need to turn 2381 into a support, break away from it, reach newer highs, and pull further away from the 50-day moving average in an upward direction so they can start to work their way up towards this point up here, or closer to 2432, as I stated earlier. So very important number to keep in mind. 2381 needs to be broken through so that the bulls can continue to go ahead, turn that into a support, reach newer highs and new resistance levels. Very important for the bulls. I want to emphasize that the bulls need to break through 2381 and turn that into a support so they can pull further away from the 50-day moving average. Now, on the other hand, we have what the bears want. If the bears accomplish getting down this low, they've done two things. They broke through the 50-day moving average and got themselves into bearish territory, and they're breaking through the most important support level to get them to the newer lows, because that's the support level that's below the 50-day moving average currently right now before this actually recovered. Every other one is actually above the 50-day moving average, and this one is actually when it was on its way down, and this is the lowest point before it recovered. So if the bulls accomplish that, if the bears accomplish that and they're working their way down there, they're actually going to start to break through newer support levels, newer lows, and pull further away from the 50-day moving average. So what is that support? This support is 2236. If broken through, I would actually use the 50-day moving average as a support before waiting till 2236. That's just my advice to see how the stock is reacting. Now, if it breaks through 2236, this is a lot further now from the 50-day moving average. But if the 50-day moving average, which is 2308, gets broken through, I'd pay very close attention to the behavior. I mean, it could break through it, but does not signify that the bears have gained control. What I would look for is how quickly is it pulling away from it? How's the inflow and the outflow of the charts? And are the bulls even trying to reappear? But if it's just looking like it's dominated by the bears, you can kind of get an idea and a gist that the bears right now may be on their way to pulling this a lot further from the 50-day moving average and work their way down to this support, which is 2236. And if that gets broken through, that's pretty significant difference from the 50-day moving average, and this could be on its way down to newer lows, new support levels, and pull much further away from the 50-day moving average in a downward direction. So super important to keep that in mind. Pay very close attention to the behavior. It's optional. This is what I would do. Pay close attention to how the stock is reacting if it breaks through the 50-day moving average, and watch closely the tug of war. But if your risk tolerance allows you to wait till 2236, if that gets broken through, I want to emphasize at that point, definitely pay close attention to what's going on and how quickly is it hitting newer lows. I hope that with these cues, you guys are well equipped and prepared for tomorrow's trading day. If you learned something new and found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit that like button to let me know you watched this video. So, trivia question. What are the most important points for the next coming days when we're talking about days and weeks from now for the bulls and the bears? What were those points? I stated them earlier in the video that you want to pay close attention to for the next coming days and weeks. I had stated tomorrow's most important resistance level, most important support level, but what are the most important points based off the chart, which is the lowest point reached when it tried going into bearish trajectory, right, as it was going up, and then it tried coming back down, and what's one of the highest points recently reached that we want to pay close attention to for the next coming days and weeks. I look forward to seeing your guys' comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.